Welcome to Orlando, Florida, and the campus of UCF. The Knights are ready to rock an FBC Mortgage Stadium, already bouncing as these fans have been preparing since early this morning. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the UCF Knights. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Knights will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Cincinnati's offense takes the field for the first time today. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Shakes off the defender. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
At the 35, he's open. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
The Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He caught it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Coming out with it, it's Richardson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So UCF's offense will go to work for the first time. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Now on first down from the 30. The give to the back. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
It seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. We can talk about the next game on the schedule. They're always looking forward to this one.
Got the quick pass. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Dropping back, it's Jefferson. Getting some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And how about this defense? Your offense goes right down the field, scores on the first drive, and now you come out, get a big sack on third down, and force a punt. You talk about creating momentum early and shutting the home crowd up.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Knights are moving quickly down the field. Going up top on first down. They're working that left side. He makes the catch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Dances away. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Feeling some heat. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Dropping back, it's Sorsby. Quickly out to the tight end. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. The Bearcats come to the line in the hurry-up.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively. You've got to be good on third down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a third down like that, that is just a gut punch.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The completion short of the sticks, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Coming to the line, looking for that first down on third and short from the 29. The option look. Now the toss. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
This is an offense that can find multiple ways to get explosive plays, especially when they hand it off to this guy, David.
And it's so nice to have a running game you can depend on, especially when you get on the other side of the field. Now,
and he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bearcats! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter.
Let's go!
Quick pass on the jet motion. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
Get set!
To the air, it's Jefferson. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. Oh, look out. There he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, UCF!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Henderson. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a...
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They knock him down right there.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. Quick completion on the out. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Bearcats are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Henderson.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. He'll take that completion.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker, you can tell, locked in on the quarterback, chases him down, gets to him. Not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle, gets him on the ground.
Fires to the tight end. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be. And now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
After that last completion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
And this offense right now, they're doing some damage through the air. That's now their second passing touchdown. They thought coming into this game they were going to have some matchups on the perimeter of the field that they could take advantage of, and they've done that so far here today.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Knights have taken it inside the 20.
Here we go.
Run in the red zone, it's Harvey. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Fires and picked off. Ripping through the defense. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. This offense has a second down play. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Defense in press coverage. Trying to find his man on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Bearcats! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Memphis endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from the Liberty Bowl, and the Tigers came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking to buy time. Going to try to get it himself. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Looking to pass, it's Jefferson. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll start this drive with a pass. A shot toward the end zone. And the pass hits, picked off. Got some room to run. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Throws to the tight end. It's caught downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. One more snap coming before halftime.
Cricket.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Going for 6. Touchdown, Knights! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And what a great way to end the first half. It wasn't a perfect first half, a lot of mistakes, still trailing by a lot, but here's the deal. Now you put yourself in a position, go make some things happen, force some turnovers, play good in the second half. Who knows what will happen?
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to the air one more time. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Back to pass, it's Jefferson. Working that left side now. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks, it's first down. New set of downs after that completion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Coming after it. Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out route. Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll get rid of it. Downfield and incomplete, the defense holds.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
Finds his big tight end. Turns it on in midfield. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The RPO, it's complete.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
Quick catch on 3rd down. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
He looks that one in nicely. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bearcats!
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right look.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Got it! Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
Touchdown, Cincinnati! And the pummeling has started.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Second down coming up. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Back to throw, it's Jefferson. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They have it at the 43, third and short, trying to avoid making a decision on fourth down. Looking for a huge play. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His fourth interception. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Bearcats. They push out this lead in the fourth quarter, and it might be enough to give them that elusive second win of the season.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
On second down, he'll fire. Pocket starts to collapse. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Trying play action. Now sliding to his left. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
He's going to run it. Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. The Knights look to keep this drive humming. They'll throw it on 1st down. Makes the grab. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Line getting set on 2nd down. To the air, it's Jefferson. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. On the move, he fires. Pulls it in. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Okay, ready?
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. He'll just keep slinging it. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
Snags it. Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. The Knights line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. They still do count it for 6. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They'll line up for a second down play. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Quarterback will take a knee. The defense can stop it one more time, but we are close to being all she wrote. There is nothing greater than a rivalry game unless you lose it. And in that case, there is nothing more miserable.
I agree, Reese. And that's why rivalry games are so great, because you take the stats and you take the rankings and you take the records and you throw it all out the window. There's always tremendous effort and passion when we see these rivalry games. We certainly saw it today. And, David, for this losing team, this one's going to sting for a while.
It does, but it's so strange because I always feel the same way. I'm like, there's no chance that they have a chance to upset them. But then you go, it's a rivalry game. The vitriol, the hate, it's already there. And so it means so much in sports who's motivated for these games. So you do get up. It does become a good game, even when it's not a good game on paper.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.